Well, there ain't nothing like being on a ridge and walking up on something like this right here.
Yeah.
And this is the part that I love about getting out and just kind of walking the woods and seeing where you feel like, okay, this is going to be turkey season coming on. Where's going to be the spot this year?
Right.
And I'm not saying it's not that way most years, but you still, sometimes you come across a new spot that you just hadn't looked at very,
That's right.
Trees get bigger.
Yeah, and time again, turkeys do a lot of the same things every year.
They do.
They
Yep.
find a strut zone like this, get on top of a ridge, they can see, they can hear, and just like right here, that fresh scratching right there. Size of the trees. I mean, there's a lot to take into account for with turkeys.
Yeah.
But it seems like most places that have deer, a lot of people you'll hear that deer hunt.
Yeah.
Well,
usually you have one, you have the other.
That's right. And I feel like the last few years, our turkey population's kind of coming back. I think we did go through a little lull a few years ago at where I live.
Down Ballard, where our place is at, I don't know. I'm not going to say we've had mature birds, but I'm going to say we've always had a good population.
Right.
We see a few, come through and get them on trail cam, hunting, opening weekend, kind of getting fired up about it. But majority of the time, you'll see a lot of jakes before you'll ever see,
See a longbeard.
Yeah, see a good one. Same thing as deer hunting.
And that's one thing around in western Kentucky, we get lucky. Selling land, we get to come across a lot of different types of land, and
oh yeah,
a lot of those types of land, they all offer a different style of turkey hunting. I mean, you just look at LBL that's public.
Yep.
It's woods mainly. Them turkeys don't really hang out in fields like they do on a private aspect of farm. But I always look at my farm that I own on Mayfield Creek is, I've got a lot of swamp ground. A lot of times people don't ever even really. You're an avid turkey hunter. They love a swamp.
Yeah.
I mean, turkeys love to roost over water.
Yeah.
They're safe.
Right.
Nothing can sneak up on them. But
and it does make a difference because everything goes around to them feeling like they know their environment.
They do. And the turkeys, they're nervous all the time.
Yeah. Suckers.
They are. They can be suckers.
I wish they wasn't so daggum nervous.
I do too, because sometimes they make me nervous because they're so nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're winding down and we're getting close. First Saturday in April will be the statewide youth hunt here in Kentucky. I haven't been on the road a whole lot the last few days, but I have talked to several people that's seeing turkeys.
Oh yeah.
And I've talked to several people that's already been going out listening. The last 3 mornings have been very warm, very nice. They're getting fired up. So So right now, seeing big bunches.
Yeah.
A lot of gobblers together.
Yep.
As the days and weeks go ahead here, you'll start seeing all that change a little bit. And like I said, the last few years, going out listening, getting ready, walking in the woods like what we're doing, looking for scratching, listening for gobbling. That's fun. And then nothing's any better than that youth hunt.
I remember Blake whenever he killed his first bird. It was actually pastor used to be at our church. He was with us, and we were all in the same spot. And we had a blind set up right out in the middle of the field. And I was like, of course, back then, I was a little unsure about our setup.
First of all, a blind set in the middle of the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the field.
There ain't no turkey coming near this thing.
This bird circled us. I mean, literally circled us. Blake hammered him. First bird. And double beard.
Oh.
Right out of the gate.
Of course it was, Blake.
Yeah.
Lucky.
And I was like, everything's downhill from here.
Yeah, that's right. So was y'all using decoys?
We did. We had one decoy out there.
So I'm not a big decoy user unless I'm using a ground blind.
Right.
Which now that Nolan's 10 now, so he's been lucky enough the last few years. He's got to go, and of course he's lucky.
Oh yeah, he
Everything always happens when Nolan's with you.
It lines up.
It lines up. So we use decoys in a situation like that. So, but if I'm out running and gunning, not hunting in a blind, I tend to not use a decoy. Just the main reason, I just don't want to carry anything. But
sure.
Everybody's got their own preference for that, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody says, this is what works for me. I think it all boils down to that's what worked at that time.
Yeah, and everybody's got to
Don't call.
Yeah.
Don't say a word.
Sometimes I have better luck not calling.
I know,
but
you just sit out there and hit it once maybe and let it go.
I took my dad once several years ago, first time he'd been turkey hunting. Of course, there wasn't turkeys when he was a kid. We just didn't have a big population, so he never got into it. So
Right.
I knew where some turkeys were. I took him. He killed one first hunt. Well, he hadn't been back, but he'll tell you his favorite thing about turkey hunting is when they hit the grease. So, so he don't care how we get them there.
As long as they get to the grease.
He just wants to eat them. It don't matter who kills them. But no, he's been a few times since then, and he's killed one about every time he goes. I always take him opening day every year is when I normally take him, but he could care less. He just
that is so fun.
I do like to eat them, but that's my dad's motto.
Yeah.
He'll shoot them, but he don't care nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's just food.
It's amazing how back in those days, your dad's days, even probably when I was younger, the turkey population, how it's changed from then to now. Because, man, I'll tell you what, it was scarce to see a turkey back in those days.
Yep. I'll never forget the first turkeys I seen was down here, Mayfield Creek bottoms. They actually had, West Vaco actually owned a big tract of ground down here.
Yeah.
They actually traded deer for turkeys. And I'll never forget, we went down there riding four-wheelers when I was a kid and got to see the first flock of turkeys that I had ever seen. But we've been very fortunate now to have the turkeys that we do.
Oh, yeah. Because it was much later in life before I started really getting into it.
Right.
Gosh, and then we went to a period there where it's almost like it's kind of like these local geese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like cats. They're just everywhere.
They are. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're getting close to a lot of my favorite things. And
oh,
turkey season's obviously one of them.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance this year to get out and shed hunt. And of course, so many people are so good at finding morel mushrooms. We've talked about that in our last video. And when I'm turkey hunting, I'm not mushroom hunting.
Right.
And I'm probably stepping on them, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't have an eye for mushrooms.
I don't either.
I've took several people.
Yeah.
And you're turkey hunting, and they'll be, oh, there's mushrooms. I can't see them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
There was a guy that actually commented whenever we was talking about the shed hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And he commented and said it's a good time to morel hunt, too.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, you're exactly right. I'm not going to say there's a bunch of people that I know that do it, but the ones that I do know that do it a lot.
And they're good at it.
Yeah.
And that's something I'd love. Our viewers on these, watching us do these videos, I wish they would post pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see your pictures of your mushrooms and sheds.
It's what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, heck yeah.
What works for you.
Everybody's out and about doing something different.
Yep. It's all about getting out and enjoying this.
It is.
Especially on a day like today.
Yep.
Sun shining, ridge.
It's beautiful.
You got a beautiful farm here, I say that.
Well, I appreciate it. It means the world to me. I did notice some of the maple trees was starting to get a red tint to them, so it's not going to be long, and I'm going to have to carry me a Kleenex because my eyes will be watering and so will my nose.
That pollen will be giving you fits.
It will. It will. It's hard on me, but it's worth it. It's worth it for what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one comes from Texas. This one. So this turkey right here was actually the first turkey that I killed whenever I bought this farm. So I killed it back in the swamp. Me and a friend of mine, we were back there, middle of the day. This dude come in, we called him up, he was gobbling his head off, and of course, all long beards are good turkeys. But when I got out there to him, he was a double beard and had good spurs too, so I had to get that one mounted.
I think Kara needs to get us sitting back in the recliner doing this.
Just fanning?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh yeah.